Next, let's get into the car object. Now, the car object is very, very simple, and it just represents the car itself. The real important thing about the car is to be able to construct the chassis and the wheels to be able to be able to get the car running on the track. And that's basically all it is. The car has a frame and a chassis. The frame is the framing of the car. That's the body that you see on, on any car, but it also contains information about the collision points of the car, because the car's got to know where it is in contact with the road, or where it is in contact with the edge of the track, or where it is in contact with other cars. And the chassis is the base framing of the car. This is the chassis that contains all the axles and wheels and all the particular physics joints that are required to get the wheels to work correctly. Again, earlier I said that the frame is just simply a frame. It's the model and the shape. The shape is an invisible shape that's put on the car that defines all the different collision points. Because we got to know, if a car flips over, we got to know, it's got to stay on its roof. And if there's no shape there, the roof is going to go through the end of the track, because it doesn't know it needs to collide with the track. So the shape is very important in that it will allow us to be able to define where on this model are the important collision points. And the model is just simply the model. It just makes things look nice. Chassis is really the most important thing. It's the base frame of the car. It has two axles on it, a front axle and a wheel axle. Those are connected with what I call a structure, and it's just a little frame that holds the axles together. And then you have the wheels that are connected to the axles. And these are important because each axle is going to have a specific joint in it, a Babylon JS joint, that will allow me to have a wheel rotating around the joint but not move left or right along the joint. So it's basically a wheel rotating joint that, when all put together, I have my four wheels, and then I can also control all of the frictions that between the wheel and the track, and I can control different variations with the wheels, things like that. So this is really the most important part of the car object, in which this allows us to be able to define how the car is going to move on the track. The model is just simply there for show and tell. The shape is just simply there for collision, but it is the wheels and the axle that actually helps us move the car. So we're going to be spending a lot of time on this when we start getting our car object together. The game object is the game itself. Now, what are we going to do? I really don't know. I can't really tell you much about the game, because the game is basically going to have to kind of morph itself as we develop it, with communication with the UI to the track to the layouts and all that. This will include the layout. So as we start developing the game and we get our ideas fleshed out a little bit more, I will come back to the PowerPoint presentations and say, okay, here's now our game object. Here's now our layout objects. So what are our final goals? We're going to utilize BDD and TDD principles. Everything's going to be fully event driven. Objects will not be allowed to communicate with other objects except for their parent object, which in this case will eventually be the game object. We're going to use local storage to store race information. That will allow us to eventually, if you want to put this on Amazon or something like that and use AWS, you can create your own database in AWS. And we're going to use Babylon JS. And now that that's pretty much the basic goals of the game, we're going to actually get started next with showing you how BDD is going to work using Cucumber. And once we're done with all that, we'll get to coding.
Thanks for watching. Subscribe to this channel to view more videos. Click on the like button on this video and visit us at TheVirtuoid.com. Also, support us on Patreon, where you can get access to member-only videos. Links are down below. Again, thank you very much for watching, and keep on coding.